So did you get the listing? I know. It's ultra competitive out there right now. Competition is fierce, but I'll ask you again. Did you get the listing? No. But once you told me that every time you get in the door, you get to the table, you get the listing. Why didn't you get this one? What happened? Have you lost your mojo? Or did you just go through your normal listing process, kind of taking the motions? Or did you step it up this time and really try and do something different in a competitive market? You got to ask yourself, which one was it? Why didn't you get the listing? Did you win the listing? And then 60 days later, whoops, we got fired. What happened there? Did the seller have unrealistic expectations? They blamed you because the listing hasn't sold in 60 days. Was it overpriced? Maybe 10%? Okay. 15%? Uh-oh. 20%? Not going to happen. Did you allow them to manage you, to overprice it, even though it wasn't the prettiest house on the street or in the market competition? Did you just go through the motions, list it, and wait for an offer? Or did you really work it? We've kind of forgotten that a little bit. During the COVID days, they were selling so fast that maybe we forgot a little bit of what it takes in a highly competitive market to make it happen. Are there any realtors out there who are flat out blowing it out? Their business is booming? The answer is absolutely. What are they doing better? Is it their listing presentation? Is it their CMAs? Is it their follow-up, their communication? Is it their showing skills? Is it all of that? Maybe so. Are you still running into that listing presentation with a half-assed CMA that you threw together in about 15 minutes because you know the market, you know the neighborhood, you're resting on your laurels from the past? Or did you really dig into it and say, I am the expert. I need to refresh myself. I need to really know this and learn this, because when I'm sitting in front of them, I don't just want to say I'm an expert. I want to be the expert. Well, somebody else is spending that kind of time and energy. There are people out there, both here and elsewhere, who are spending 2 or 3 hours of preparation for every listing presentation. And that's a large part of why they might be winning it. They're coming prepared, not just 15 minutes. They're previewing the homes that are the real competition. They're learning about them. They're looking at the history. They're really being the expert. They may be using some pretty cool software to help communicate that: histograms, scattergrams, charts, heat images, etc. They're differentiating themselves. So did you lose a listing last year to a competitor and you got upset? Did you take it personally? You can't take it personally. This is business. Did you assume that maybe the other agent just cut their commission? Or did you assume that they knew somebody? It was their brother or their cousin, whatever it is. Or did you really step back and assess, why didn't I get this listing? What could I have done better? What could I have done different? What would I have done back when I was hungry several years ago, or back when the market was tough several years ago, that I'm not doing today? Did you consider calling the seller and professionally asking them, not unprofessionally, but professionally asking them, hey, I really thought that I was the best person to list your home and help you move to the next phase in life. I respect your decision, but could you help me out and understand what could I have done differently so that I can learn from this and I can do a better job for people in the future? We use the words extraordinary, an extraordinary experience, extraordinary service. We use the words elevate those around us. These cannot just be words. In today's world, we have to be better. It is our advantage. You need to attend every single showing. You need to be prepared or over-prepared. You need to add value. Can't go through the motions. Over-communicate with your customers. Far better than under-communicating, and especially in a tough market. We need to learn new and better ways to differentiate ourselves. You really have to be the expert. You have to guide them. You got to educate them. You're not just listing a house or showing property. The business is changing. We all have to learn, change to adapt, myself included. The job of managing broker is very different today than it was just a few years ago. If I don't learn how to be more effective today and tomorrow for you, then I won't be wanted or needed anymore. We all have to take this approach. So really ask yourself, what can I do better? What did I do when I was hungry that I don't do today? What could I be doing to be the absolute best every single time? What are others doing that is giving them the advantage? And rip a page off of their success book. Are you personalizing, really personalizing your pre-listing package? Are you including a handwritten note? Right? We talk about handwritten notes, and they're great to be sending out 1 or 2 or 3 a day. But in a listing package, a pre-listing package, very impactful. Are you telling them in the pre-listing package who you are? Do you have your bio in there? Maybe have you personalized your bio for these specific people? There's nothing wrong with that. Why do you have to use the same thing every single time? Are you including information about homes that you've sold, about your achievements? You want them to have a positive perspective on you and on Premier Sotheby's before you walk through the door. When you get through the door, kick off the meeting with a conversation mindset. You know, we talk in Ninja about the Ford conversation, talk about family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. It's a conversation. It's not a presentation. So consider opening up the conversation with, this is what's happening in your neighborhood today, or with homes like yours today. Let's talk about it. Let me share with you some of my knowledge about specific comps, why they've sold, why they haven't sold, maybe why this one over here expired or canceled. What can we learn from that so that you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, can make an educated and logical decision? Maybe you should take a risk and try and learn some new technology, learn how to use scattergrams, histograms, heat maps, other things like that, because your competition is. And a lot of people take a look at those and it helps them to understand the conversation better. It's more, people learn through a combination of seeing, hearing, doing, all of those. So it helps to make it more effective. Show them your marketing. Don't just tell them, this is what I'm going to do. Show them what you've done on some of the other houses, whether that's social media or video or print or whatever. Show them what you're doing. Ask their opinion. Ask as many questions as possible. Discover their motivation, their why. If you understand their why do they want to sell this house? You'll understand how to price it right, how to guide them right, how to help them make better decisions. Adjust your conversation from all the things that you're listening to. Listen very closely. That's the most important selling skill that you can have. You got to be better than everyone else. You've got to embrace the future, be extraordinary, and elevate those around you. So I hope this has been helpful, food for thought. Now, please go out there and get that listing. Have a great day.